Hi, this is Steve again. I'm doing this a second time now with my tripod selfie stick and kind of getting the different angles and trying not to blind people with the lighting again like I did yesterday. I'm going to talk about my movies again. I try not to repeat all the same ones. Pull the movies out and kind of show them a little better than I did yesterday. Somehow I just missed everything. Um, but I'm going to do another scan from top to bottom of the DVDs and then scan over the Blu-rays and what I think I have like three or four 4K movies. So I'm just going to do that again and see if I can recreate the magic. So, okay, so James Bond again, Batman TV show. Okay, so of course Jaws again. Yeah, you got the Batman original four movies from the late '80s, early and into the '90s. Fortunately, George Clooney kind of ruined it, but it's a Christian Bale Batman trilogy. Of course, The Shining. Like I pointed out yesterday, I kind of glossed over this, but this was James Earl Jones' first movie, Doctor Strangelove. Peter Sellers, George C. Scott, Slim Pickens, 1964, black and white movie. Great movie though. Glossed over these. Evil Dead. I don't have this in the horror movies, but Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and of course the remake of Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Here's a Darkman. This is a Frances McDermott. She won the Oscar for Nomadland. She's in this because she's married to Joel Cohen. You know, the Coen brothers. They've known Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell for decades, since the '80s, and at the time she played kind of this damsel in distress, and said she didn't really like playing that type of character, but um, she's pretty decent in the movie. It's got Liam Neeson's in it, of course, The Godfather. Love the first two at least. Knives Out. Game of Thrones. Love that series until the last season kind of ruined it a little bit. I love episode 803. It's like probably the best one with all the action, the big battle in it. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Halloween again. 35th anniversary. Jamie Lee Curtis actually came to Indianapolis and came to a Horror Hound convention, I believe, or Day of the Dead. I think it was Horror Hound. She rarely does conventions, but she came here to promote a charity. I'm in Indianapolis for anybody that doesn't know. There's The Exorcist. Yeah, I just watched The Conjuring 3, and they did kind of like a kind of tribute to like Father Merrin came when he came to the house. It was kind of that's kind of when the movie really starts. Gotta point these out again. Return of the Living Dead. There. Fright Night. American Werewolf in London. Great John Landis movie. Rick Baker does he won like an Oscar for his effects, the transformation from human to werewolf. Friday the 13th box set again. I have to point out Kylie Johnson. She has a YouTube channel called Haunted Hippie, and I'll post that on this video again. And I'd recommend people check out her channel and subscribe if you'd like. District 9. Love that movie too. This is the first 3 under. It's Untouchables. Great movie. Rock and Roll High School. It's starring the Ramones. Really great movie. Francis Ford Coppola, Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula. I really like that movie. Gary Oldman plays Dracula in the movie. Oh, yesterday I couldn't find Grand Budapest Hotel, and I actually was like looking right at it. It's a Wes Anderson movie. I pointed out that yesterday that out of his movies, I think Royal Tenenbaums is probably my favorite. And second favorite is Rushmore. Excuse me. And Grand Budapest Hotel is probably the third favorite. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Terry Gilliam movie, Criterion. This is actually Heath Ledger's last movie. After he did The Dark Knight, he actually died while on a holiday for this movie. So they had to use Johnny Depp and some Colin Farrell, and they had to use other actors to fill in to make up for the parts. Jude Law was one. Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp. They play the same character, only kind of they use like a mirror where they can transform, and they just try to make up for it and salvage the movie. Get Out, the steel case. Oh, this is really an underrated Nightcrawler. Jake Gyllenhaal, really great movie. Yeah, the Underworld. The first 3 Underworld movies are really great. The last 2 weren't all that great, but I love, well, especially, well, I like all, the first three are really good. I pointed out yesterday, Time Bandits. It's like 1981. It was probably Terry Gilliam's like third or fourth movie. Really good. A lot of music videos and Richard Linklater. Got Jerry Maguire. Cameron Crowe. He worked for Rolling Stone for several decades, or a couple decades, and his earlier movies are really good. And I really like Singles. I have that on Blu-ray. But finally, I'm going to show the horror movies again because I didn't do a good job filming these. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House of a Thousand Corpses. It's Rob Zombie's first movie, and it's probably one of the few I really like. 28 Days Later. The sequel, 28 Weeks Later. Suspiria, they've actually remade this movie. It's a Dario Argento. There's The Howling again. Night of the Living Dead. I think it was George Romero's first movie, I believe. Dawn of the Dead, I didn't really show that well yesterday. I probably like this movie better than the original Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead. Land of the Dead, I didn't show that well yesterday. Diary of the Dead. It's got a little slipcover that changes. Survival of the Dead. It's probably one of the weakest ones. There's the remake of Dawn of the Dead, which is Dawn of the Dead. This is the remake. Zack Snyder's first movie. It's the Australian zombie movie called Undead. David Cronenberg, Scanners. Phantasm. I really love it's a really weird horror movie. Near Dark. Yeah, Bill Paxton. It's like in the 80s. It's a vampire movie. It's Night of the Creeps. It's like a mid-80s horror movie, and then like, of course, The Omen. Let's see, Damien, this is all for you. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Talk to you later. Bye.